Hey guys, Sebastian here with Wallet Price Vintage. Welcome to our gallery. In today's video, we'll be talking about this Fender Custom Shop Stratocaster Masterbuilt Sandblasted, built by the master builder Paul Waller. Paul is a very renowned builder. He's been with Fender since 2003, and in 2010 he became a master builder at the custom shop. He's built guitars for artists such as Neil Rogers, the Rolling Stones, Queens of the Stone Age, U2, Buddy Guy, and many others. So you can already imagine the caliber of instruments that we're talking about. And this guitar is really no exception. It's really cool. The main point of this guitar is a whole sandblasting technique, which has been applied to the body. And what that does is that it exposes the grain of the wood and leaves it with this texture that is very raw and smooth at the same time. And I love how they have done that over the Relic of the guitar, which kind of like leaves this like semi-distressed sandblasted thing that, again, it's just very unique, and it's the sort of thing that you're expected to see from the Masterbuilt guitars that you really don't see out there, and they're very unique. So let's start by talking about the neck. This neck profile feels amazing. It's a C60s oval shape, and it has tall frets that are called 6105s that are narrow but tall. Those are my favorite frets, and I think they're the best ones to use in a Fender guitar because they preserve the intonation, yet they have enough height where you feel like you can bend and you're not dragging the fretboard or your fingers across the fretboard. Then the radius of the board is 9.5, which again is kind of like the perfect in between a 7.25, which is the vintage radius, and a more flat Gibson-esque 16, 12-inch radius. I find it perfect. None of the notes choke in the top, and the action is nice and low. You can shred on this guitar any day with no problems whatsoever. These pickups sound really good. They remind me a lot of Stevie Ray, which they have a bit more mids, you know, they're less scooped than a traditional Strat sound, and I feel like it pairs up really well with an amp that has, you know, kind of like that Fender-y sound that's also scooped. They kind of like fill in that gap, and they work really well. They're nice and hot and very sensitive as well. You also have the treble bleed number 2 here from the Fender Custom Shop, which what it does is that it allows you to preserve some of the high end when you roll down the volume. This is especially great if you're using an amp that you know, has gain, or pedals that have gain, and you want to clean it up by rolling down the volume. The sound doesn't become dull or muddy. It just stays nice and clear with a lot of high end in it. This guitar has, you know, all the perks that you want out of a great Strat, and on top of that, it is very unique. I feel like it's a really cool piece. It's very interesting, and it's a way of getting, you know, a Fender Masterbuilt guitar, which, you know, again, if you like Fenders, this is basically as good as they get. We'll be matching it with this Turok Traditional Clean, which is just a behemoth. I love this amp. It's loud, it's clean, and it's mean. And if you like John Mayer, for example, you're gonna fall in love with the sounds out of this amp. They sound straight out of a John Mayer record. They're just big and boomy, and they kind of like have that vintage Fender character, but somehow they just manage to offer you more. And the 3D feel when you're playing this amp is just unreal. All the nuances come out, and it's a great experience. We'll be also matching this with the Vemuram Shanks ODS1, which is a great overdrive that pairs beautifully with this guitar and this amp. So yeah, let's go ahead and play for a bit so you guys can hear it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to know more about this gear, the links will be down below in the description. If you want to find out more about us, visit waltgracevintage.com, where you can see all the amazing things that we have in store for you. We have guitars, cars, coffee, and watches. So yeah, definitely something you don't want to miss out on. If you want to support this channel, give us a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and if you guys want more content like this, follow us on Instagram at @waltgracevintage. My name is Sebastian. Till next time.